Check, 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 check. All right, what's going on, everybody? All right, thanks for tuning in. All right, looks like we have a couple of storms on the horizon coming in. Don't see any lightning yet, but I'm sure it'll be here soon enough. We'll go ahead and zoom on in here. So, severe thunderstorm warning just on the north side of Columbus. This will be for penny-sized hail and up to 60-mile-an-hour winds. This will be for the next about 8 minutes. Um, Couple of severe thunderstorm warnings down toward Holdridge. So pretty size hail, uh, about 60-mile-an-hour wind. So, all right. So we do have a new severe thunderstorm warning. Kind of zoom in here a little bit. This will be just on the west side of Fremont. So this will be also for penny size hail up to 60-mile-an-hour winds. So this is right on our doorstep for Douglas, Saunders, and Sarpy County. So yeah, welcome in, everybody. How's everybody doing? Just getting off of my regular job. So just got home. All right. Once again, new severe thunderstorm warning just on the west side of Fremont. This will be for 60-mile-an-hour winds and up to quarter size hail for over here. Pretty good line. We're going to see some pretty gusty winds actually coming into Omaha, Sarpy, Saunders, and Washington County. This bow echo right here, this is pretty good. This means it's starting to bow out and pretty gusty winds along this line. Holy mackerels. All right, guys, we do have winds of probably upwards of about 70 mile an hour in these warned areas. So definitely if you are in, just on the west side of Fremont, Saunders, Washington, Douglas County for right now, and even a little bit further south, we do have in between 60 and 70 mile an hour winds. So if you do have cushions or anything outside, patio furniture, I would be definitely getting those in. Hey, what's up? It has been a minute since I've been on. It definitely has been a minute. This feels good to get back on again. It's yeah. Trust me, I have missed all of you. Oh, which reminds me, I better actually tell my wife to actually bring in the cushions from outside. I didn't know we were going to have this strong of winds coming in. Hey, can you get the cushions off the patio furniture, at least in the front yard, please? We have between 60 and 70 mile an hour winds coming in. Boy, that did not take. Try voice texting. It always gets it wrong. All right, she'll get taking those. 11 watching. Yeah. Hey, if you guys are new to the channel, welcome in. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button for me, and a couple thumbs up would be awesome. So here pretty soon we should start to see lightning coming in on Skycam. I'm gonna expand this just a little bit so you guys can get a better view up there. All right, we'll go ahead and put this in motion. Pretty good solid line, you know. When I went for work, when I went to work, this was all developed up in northern Nebraska, north central Nebraska, up toward Valentine. And it's pretty good storms over there. I would not be surprised if we don't get a couple warnings over here towards St. Paul and Central City down toward Grand Island. All right, so Kearney, you guys are now in a severe thunderstorm warning. Kearney, Holdridge, Elwood, and over toward Lexington. Let's take a quick peek at the hail. There's some pretty good hail in these. A little bit. These are about penny size up toward here. All right, so I did start to see a little bit of lightning on Skycam, but these are actually some pretty good winds coming through here. All right, so this will be for southwestern Burke County, Cumming County, and Colfax, Dodge, and Stanton counties in Nebraska until 10:15. Severe thunderstorm was located along a line extended 4 miles west of Beamer, just 7 miles north of Dodge, 5 miles southwest of Howes, to Lee, moving east at 40. So, all right, so this is all moving basically east southeast. We have winds upwards of 60 mile an hour, penny size hail. So that is what's coming. It's like we have just a little bit of a rotation down, little bit of rotation down here just on the south side of Lexington. But we are pretty far out on the radar. Whoops. Let's switch really quick. Ah, everything's pretty good there. Guys, we have, upwards of almost 70 mile an hour winds. So if you guys are in this warned area or even out ahead of this warned area, we're going to see some pretty gusty winds. Just got 3 more subscribers, 7 more likes. You guys, I appreciate every single one of you. It's been a while. It's been a minute. For one, we haven't seen any rain, severe weather, nothing around here. Um, so it's been a minute. Not that I wouldn't go on for anywhere else, because normally I do, but I won't tell you where I work. But we opened up a new restaurant, and it's just been extremely, extremely busy. So um, it's hard for me to go on as much as I want to, but I appreciate you guys. Look at that light out there. You guys see that airplane? So if you look on the sky cam, look dead center of the screen, that bright light, it's actually an airplane. At least I think it's an airplane. It looks like it's moving. Yeah, it's moving. I'm not even completely set up here. I walked in the door and basically threw on a shirt and jumped in front of the computer. Yeah, we do. We definitely need the rain. We are such in a deficit right now with rain. Of course, you know why we're getting rain today is because I watered yesterday. I watered for most of the day. You know, it was cloudy, kind of cool, and I watered. So because I watered, it's going to rain. So you're welcome. There was an unwarned tornado warning northeast of Columbus about 20 minutes ago. Really? Yeah, I tried to get out of work as quick as I could. I will tell you that. So I had my stream going at work and I could see it coming down and moving through, and I was watching all the warnings coming down. Yeah, this is going to be some pretty good winds. At least we'll get some manageable rain out of this. I'll have to look at the extended maps later on to see when the next chances are. So there was pretty strong rotation, huh? Would you say about 20 minutes ago? So we can actually go back. Let's go ahead and pause this. We'll go back. We'll go back 50 frames. All right, so we'll stop it. We'll go to velocities. Oh, oh yeah, a little bit right there. Um, I look like a dry pocket. Hmm. All right, so it looks like we only have really two severe thunderstorm warnings. Let me check the actual counter. We have 7 warnings. All right, so just 2 severe thunderstorm warnings. And we have 5 flash flood warnings out there. So we're basically just concerned on these warnings right here, which are in Nebraska. All right, still penny size hail up to 60-mile-an-hour winds. This will be for Kearney, Holdridge, and Lexington for the next 23 minutes. And still severe thunderstorm warning up here toward Colfax, um, Dodge. This will be for the next almost little under 40 minutes for penny size hail and up to 60-mile-an-hour winds. Actually, it's 60 plus mile an hour winds. This is really starting to bow out right here. So you guys just think of, if you guys don't know what a bow echo is, think of it this way. Think of a bow and arrow. So we're going to kind of draw a picture. So think this is the string, and just pretend here's your arrow and your nice feathers back here. All right, so when you see a bow echo like this, these are really gusty winds. So your arrow is shooting out from the line right here extremely fast. So a bow echo, this is kind of what it's named after, is a bow, these gusty winds shooting out ahead of the front. So anywhere along this front and ahead, you're going to see pretty extremely gusty winds, 60, 70-mile-an-hour winds going to be pushing through the this neck of the woods right here. Lexington reported quarter size hail, which I believe that because the hail was pretty good over there. Yeah, anywhere you see these grays right here, this is upwards of quarter size hail. All right, we'll see what the latest sweep. All right, welcome in everybody. If you guys are new to the channel, my name is Steve. We do broadcast right here in Nebraska, in Omaha, just in Western Omaha. So yeah, welcome to the channel. Hit that like and subscribe button. We try to go live. I know we haven't been live forever, but we try to go live often whenever there's severe weather events going on. So yeah, hit that like and subscribe button. And even if I'm not live and there's something really going on, I'll always have up radar, um, and always try to keep you posted on what's going on. So if I'm not here, normally my screen is still up and we're broadcasting something. So everybody, welcome in. RH, what's going on? Long time no see. Glad to see you. Can you go in the pass on the hail? I can. You know, h- Hail on here on Radar Omega, it lags quite a bit. But so even though I saw the hail core there, I'm sure it's probably 20 miles ahead of what it is. My microphone is like totally hanging down. There we go. That's better. I'm really surprised. Oh, there's a little bit. Surprised we're not seeing. So we had a ton of lightning, off to the northwest, a ton. And it seems like it's not as strong as lightning as it was before. So you see all this lightning up here. We still got a little bit coming in. All right, let's take a peek around a little bit. I know up here in South Dakota, they were supposed to be getting some storms earlier. So it looks like that's where all the flash flood warnings are. Holy man, look at that. Up toward Aberdeen, Redfield, Watertown. Oh, that's a good name for what's going on right now. Huron, Miller, Redfield, over toward Pierre. Yeah, it's still some pretty heavy rain out there. Let's go up into North Dakota. Not really much up here toward Fargo or Grand Forks. A couple of storms are over here. All right, one radar says yes, the other radar says no. So I'm going to take that as a no. I don't think Minot, no. I don't think Minot's radar, if you guys see that red, so I'm not trusting this. So yeah, not much up there. Moving into Minnesota. Local area emergency over toward Aberdeen. Yeah, there's these guys have picked up quite a bit of rain. So flash flood for the next hour. I assume all these are probably for the next hour. Well, 32 minutes and almost 3 hours. So, all right, let's take a quick peek. It looks like it's probably pretty calm over here, over in the Springs, down toward Pueblo. Man, they really need the rain down here. Still, just outside of Pueblo, they still have down here toward Trinidad and Alamosa. Still, the wildfires down here. Definitely need some rain down here. So for you who don't know me, I am prior military, and Colorado Springs is where I was stationed. Um, we will go down. So Fort Carson. So Fort Carson, Colorado Springs. So I'm pretty familiar with this area out here, and it's pretty pretty sad the wildfires that are going on down here toward Pueblo and Canyon City. So they definitely need the rain out here. Yeah, once again, if you guys are new to the channel, please hit that like and subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. All right, still a severe thunderstorm warning. Have they updated anything? No. Penny-sized hail and up to 60-mile-an-hour winds. And when I say actually up to, this is actually 60-plus-mile-an-hour winds. So let's go ahead and pause this. Let's go ahead and go to velocities really quick. Actually, it's kind of calming down just a little bit. There is not still on the back side of this, still looking at almost in between 60 and 70 mile an hour. But looks like a few 60 mile an hour just on the north side in between Fremont and Columbus. Still picking up a couple of 60-plus-mile-an-hour winds, but it definitely looks calmer than what it was here just a couple of minutes ago. If I was to back up, so all of this, the white and a little bit of bluish in there. Oh, let me move this over. Sorry. All the white, little bit of blue. These are pretty gusty winds. These are 60-plus-mile-an-hour winds. But it looks like as it's pushing more to the east and southeast, Looks like it's not as bad, which is good, you know. All right, so you guys can kind of see, I'm going to kind of demonstrate, or not really demonstrate, but show you. This line right here is the gust front. So that's going to start pushing southeast, and this is going to be when that gust front comes through. I mean, you're going to feel it. This is going to be about 60, 65 mile an hour wind gusts coming through. So that's going to start pushing ahead of this system. All right, I don't need 50 frames. Let me go back down to 21. Okay, that's better. So it would not surprise me here pretty soon if they don't put out a warning for uh probably Washington, maybe down toward Douglas. Ones I could see would be Washington, Douglas, and Saunders County, which, is in these areas, is where I'm probably guessing here before too long. You want canes? Raisin canes? All right, 11 more minutes for this severe thunderstorm warning. Basically approaching Kearney right now and Holdridge. Looks like Lexington, if you're in Lexington or Elwood, you guys are pretty in the clear. Another storm just outside of McCook. Would not be surprised here before too long if maybe they warn this one. They may warn this one here pretty soon. So if you're on the east side of McCook, you could be seeing upwards of in between penny and quarter size hail. All right, so going up the line, Kearney, Grand Island, Central City, over toward David City, Columbus, up toward Fremont. You guys are all going to be seeing some pretty hefty rains and some wind gusts, probably some smaller size hail. There's not really a lot of big hail in this. Yeah, so our biggest threat out of these are winds. All right. So if anybody's worried about large hail, there is none. I would say penny to marble size, or marble, I would say even marble size would be the biggest, unless you are down here toward uh, Kearney and Holdridge. But for the most part, not seeing big hail. But main threat, gusty winds. There is a lot of gusty winds in here. And once it gets closer, Old Glory will be whipping, and she will be facing the other direction. So with my flag blowing inward up to the northwest, that's telling me it's just drawing in the humidity and the moisture. Once that flips around and heads to the southeast, the front has moved through, and hopefully it'll be a little cooler. But right now, I can still tell that it's drawing in drawing in the moisture, drawing in the humidity into the storm. That's a pretty good bow echo right there. It's been a long time since I've seen one that in depth. So you can see that gust front. You see that little line moving ahead of it. Those are some pretty strong gusty winds pushing out ahead of this front. So when I made my thumbnail, it was actually this morning. And the Storm Prediction Center did put out. So I kind of wonder if it's changed. Oh, they actually moved it. All right. So this is our tornado percentage. So we have a 2% tornado risk for these storms pushing through. Now, with that gust front pushing through, the storms would actually have to catch it. So tornado threat is basically almost zero. I would say 0.001. Because with this bow echo and the gust front pushing forward, it would have to catch back up to it. And I just really don't see any tornadoes in this. Now, supposedly there was rotation up here on the north side of Columbus. Could have been, and that's probably why they did this. All right, so there's the wind, and there's the hail. So, like I said, hail is pretty slim. Wind I could see. That's a good call, especially with that bow echo going on, and tornado threats going down to zero. We'll see what the day 2 outlook is. Boy, that's a weird day 2 outlook. This has nothing in it. That is a weird outlook. So it looks like our slight outlook for severe weather is just on the west side of St. Louis. So basically, eastern Missouri, a little bit into Arkansas, but mainly eastern Missouri. These storms are not moving fast. Man, I'll tell you that. They are not moving fast. If they issue a new one, it'll probably be for the Fremont or Bennington. Yeah, well, and that's what I was saying. So basically, it'll be Washington, Saunders, Douglas. It'll be in this general area for the new warning that'll come out because these are some pretty gusty winds pushing through here. They're actually calming down. I mean, max is 60 mile an hour right now, 40s, 30s, 50s. There's more wind on the backside of this than there is on the leading edge, which is weird. Well, we're still going to see some pretty gusty winds. When the gust front moves through, you're definitely going to know it. So if you guys want to see the history of this storm, let's go back. We'll go back about 200 frames, and I'll show you the history on this storm. That's really right. So this is 250 frames back. So that was actually like this morning, and that pushed through this morning up toward Valentine. Sorry, you guys can't see that. So now we're looking up toward Valentine, Nebraska. This is where, and this was probably about 3 o'clock. That grew into a pretty good line. All right, so that's kind of how that all started. All right, so it looks like they did let um, that severe thunderstorm warning go ahead and expire down toward Kearney, Hastings, Holdridge area. Wow. Yeah, so they got a pretty good boundary line too. So this is their gust front. All right. So with this gust front pushing out that far, zero chance of tornadoes over here. So like I said, a lot of this is just extremely heavy rain, which we need. And still some gusty winds. Still they're tagging penny size hail, but I'm not seeing it. All right. So they just let that one expire. So 14 minutes went down to 0. So there are no severe thunderstorm warnings, but we are still going to keep crack on this just in case something pops up until this moves all the way through. So we are not going anywhere. All right, where's everybody watching in from tonight? You guys from Nebraska, Iowa? What state are you guys in? Tim, what's going on? Hey, Steve, long time no see. Right? It's been a minute since we've been on. For one, it just hasn't been active. I mean, it has been super quiet here lately with storms. No rain, no nothing. So, yeah, good to see everybody. You guys, if you guys are new to the channel, hit that like and subscribe button for me. It means a ton. We do broadcast out of Omaha, Western Omaha, kind of where the green dot is a little bit. So we are over there. Skycam is kind of pointing toward the storms. Really surprised we aren't seeing that much lightning. It has really dissipated. Man, I'm really surprised. But anyway, uh, we are born and raised here in Nebraska. So, uh, yeah, any Midwest weather, you got it. So, yeah, hit that like and subscribe button. Danielle, what's going on? Even Danielle is here tonight. Our night is complete since Danielle is here. Actually, you're gone, aren't you? Today's Thursday. And these storms are not moving that fast. Oh, you left Wednesday. All right. I thought you were leaving today. All right. So we'll check out over here. I don't think anything is over here for you guys. Yeah. You guys are pretty quiet. So anybody in eastern Iowa, Waterloo, Dubuque, Cedar Rapids, Davenport, you guys are pretty much in the clear. There is nothing over here. You guys are over in Des Moines, a couple light showers over toward Boone and West Des Moines. Biggest threat out of the country right now is right here, eastern Nebraska. Last minute, got tired of being at work. Yep, I hear you. I hear you. Well, good. I'm glad you made it out there safe. Yeah, the reason why it's raining is because I watered our yard yesterday. So everybody can thank me for the rain here in Nebraska because I never watered until yesterday. And then I watered. Now we're going to get rain. Pretty good little system just moved through Grand Island. I mean, that's some pretty heavy rains out here. Let's kind of see how much this is actually dropping. All right, we'll go couple storm total. Man, all right. Well, that's not here, but wow, they got like 4 inches up here, almost 5. They did get 5 up here. Holy mackerels, they got like 6. Holy man, they got some good rain. So anywhere along this line of storms, 3, 2. Man, I hope it's still dumping that much. I'm not gonna lie. All right. Well, it is radar indicated. So nothing is perfect, but that's a pretty good indication on, what could be coming down. So that means this is moving pretty slow, which it is, and dropping a ton of rain. So, Kim, what's going on? In Buffalo County, the lightning is crazy. Where's Buffalo County? What town are you next to, or what town are you in? Buffalo. It's got to be up here. So you got to be in between what? O'Neill and Columbus? Where are you? I've heard of Buffalo County, but what town do you live in? Is there any more coming behind this? I don't, probably not. Oh, is Kearney Buffalo County? Is it? Huh. Sorry, I hate to admit this, but I even got family. I even got family in Kearney. There you go. Steph's on. So yeah, it is Kearney. No, I'm not seeing anything behind this, but you guys do have a pretty good cell moving through right now. And you did say lightning is crazy. So, um, and I do actually have a sky cam in Kearney, but the last storm you guys had out there knocked it out. So I do need to make a trip out to Kearney and get that camera um, established back up and going again. So here is your guys's. So yeah, just on the west side of Kearney, we'll kind of put this in motion for you. Yeah, you're not kidding. The lightning is crazy. So you did just have your gust front come through, and lightning is insane out there. And the answer is no. I don't see anything behind this coming back in. So after this pushes through, you're pretty good. But thanks for tuning in. Hopefully you're a new subscriber, and I'll keep you posted on anything that really happens in Kearney. Like I said, I even have family out in Kearney, Kearney, Hastings area, down toward Geneva. Um, so yeah, we keep pretty close tabs on this area out here. All right, you guys, let's go back up here. All right. So far, the strongest winds that I see is roughly about 56 miles an hour, and that's just on the outside of Fremont. Yeah, so Kim, you probably had some pretty gusty winds just coming through a little bit. I don't know what side of Kearney that you're on, but looks like you guys had some pretty good winds that came through. Yeah, roughly about 60 mile an hour. All right, we do have a new severe thunderstorm warning, and I will figure out where it is. Oh, it's in Colorado. All right, this is in the very last county. This is in the far southeast corner of Colorado. So just under penny size hail. I'm sorry, just over penny size hail and 60-mile-an-hour wind. Boy, I don't even think this is even populated down here. Well, we're getting a little bit more lightning in. All right, everybody. Thank you once again for joining in. If you haven't already, hit that like and subscribe button. I got 31 of you guys in here, and I appreciate it. All 31 of you, love you to death. Appreciate you. Definitely here for you guys. Appreciate the subscribers and all the new subscribers, and double thumbs up for me. Appreciate it. All right, a little bit of development just ahead of the line. So it's definitely trying to catch up with itself right here. Uh, check Albion. Let me see. Albion, there's Columbus. Albion is up here. So right now we're good over here. So definitely had some pretty good rain up towards Spalding and Albion. They had some pretty good rains up here. So which is good. You know, all this farmland, you know, everybody needed this rain. It has been so dry. Oh, sorry, I didn't even see the chat. Wasn't even looking. All right, Kim said she's on the east side of Kearney. Okay. Oh, you're on the east side, so you're more on the where the tourist bridge is. And actually, that's where my family is. Actually, is on the east side. So, how's Albion? I'm worried my dad is there. So Albion's good. Uh, they got just decent rain, actually some pretty heavy rain up there. So uh, Albion's good. Oh, look at that. Kim gives a 2 thumbs up. She's awesome. All right, here pretty soon we're going to be seeing these storms moving in. So definitely in Saunders County now. So we'll kind of zoom in a little bit. So definitely just outside of Wahoo, moving toward Fremont. It's already passed through North Bend, Fremont, you're in line, Valley, Blair. Brantley said, I'm ready. Me too. All right. So you can kind of see on Skycam, little tree movement right there, center screen. Wind's going to start picking up just a little bit. We're going to look at Old Glory real quick. We're going to see what she's doing. All right. So she's still trying to go into the storm. So moisture is still being brought in, which tells me the storm isn't going to dissipate. Boy, she's still pretty still. All right. So front has not made it through me yet. Tim, thank you. Appreciate you. Appreciate you tuning in. Tim, someone send us more rain. Yeah, we definitely need more rain. After this pushes through, we'll have to look and see what the extended outlook is on pivotal. Even though, honestly, I don't trust weather maps past about 3 days. I'm like one of the honest people out there saying I don't trust weather maps past about 3 days because it's going to change. Yeah, it'll give you a rough estimate on a possible weather pattern or development that could push through, but you know as well as I do, it changes 10 times before the actual time. So we'll look at the extended outlook, but don't hold your breath. Man, this rain is getting just a little bit weaker. Go figure. We got the Omadome in full effect. It's cutting down the moisture. So all these winds right now, these winds are pushing into it. So we have warm, humid air pushing into the storm, and we just need this to come through and switch the wind direction. You guys definitely have a lot of lightning down there. Man, you guys got a good gust front. All right, come on, radar. Tim said, I can see cracks in the dirt in our yard. Yeah, it's crazy. And I don't know what our deficit is, honestly, in central, eastern Nebraska, maybe even well, out west, they've seen some rain out west. They've seen some pretty decent rain out west. Um, but if you go central, I mean, literally, if you draw a line like this, we haven't seen anything out here. A lot of the storms, honestly, are down. They've been in this area over here. Sorry. Skycam's covering it, but it's been over there in Western. We haven't seen anything out here. So this little bit will probably get the farmers, um, the corn, the beans, and whatever. Hopefully, it gives it just that little oomph to make it through the rest of the year. There we go. Now we're getting a little bit of lightning. You guys, I'm drinking Gatorade. All right. What color Gatorade does everybody like? Do you like blue, purple, red, or orange? I think there's a white out there too. So if you had your choice of Gatorade, what color would it be? Kim said, yep. Still lightning pretty good, and the thunder sounds like it is echoing. It's weird. You know, I love thunderstorms. I'm a total weather nerd. I will be the first one. And what's weird is, however old I am, I would love to go back to school for the 3 years, get my meteorology degree. You know, I went medical, so I've done medical for 27 years. And medical is really the field I went into, but my whole entire life I've done meteorology. So, but I would like to get my degree in meteorology. So there is a chance, who knows, in 3 years I could be a certified meteorologist. We'll see. Austin said red. Austin said red. Tim says blue. Steph says red. All right. Austin and Steph are together. Tim says blue. You know, blue is actually pretty good. Actually, you know what, Tim? It was either blue or purple, and actually I chose purple. I'm a purple. Purple Gatorade. Brantley said white. See, I knew there was a white Gatorade out there. Kim said me too. They are like yeah, Kim likes thunderstorms. I think, you know what? I think we all do. We would not be on this channel if we did not like thunderstorms. So a thumbs up for that. Come on, storms, just get here. Jeez Louise. They are like taking forever. No wonder why there's like massive amounts of rain. All right, let's see how much rain Charney and them got out there. Here we go. Well, you guys didn't get a ton of rain. Man. All right, Lexington got pretty much inch and a half. Kearney on the north side of Kearney, roughly about an inch and a half. In Kearney, an inch. So Kim, you probably got about an inch at your place. Over toward Holdridge, about an inch. Grand Island, as my voice cuts out. Grand Island, you got almost 2 inches of rain over there. Actually, in some parts, you got over 2 inches. So good for you. All right. Everybody was asking kind of about Albion. Uh, Albion didn't get a lot. Albion got about an inch of rain, honestly. But just north of Albion, holy mackerels. Look at that. They got 6 inches. Jeez Louise. Hello, send some of that our way. Please? You think if I said please, it would help? Yeah, so, I mean, some pretty good rains out there. But you got to think a lot of that rain that came, pretty heavy, all washed away. So it wasn't really a good soaker. We need in central, eastern Nebraska, western Iowa, we need about 2 to 3 days of just light mist to a light rain. And